Welcome students, Icse 10th standard physics chapter 3 continuation, inclined plane. So it is a common experience in our daily life that a slope plank or a ramp is used to load a truck or to take the scooters from the road into the house on a higher level. Similarly, inclined planes or ramp or stairs are used to reach the bridge over the railway track at a railway station. Since less effort is needed in lifting a load to a higher level by moving over an inclined plane as compared to that of lifting the load directly, an inclined plane acts as a force multiplier. So what is an inclined plane? Inclined plane is a slope surface that behaves like a simple machine whose mechanical advantage is always greater than 1. However, we may note that work done in raising a load over a frictionless inclined plane is same as in the lifting the load directly up to the same height, because increase in gravitational potential energy is the same in both cases. So at any position on the inclined plane, three forces act on the load. What are they? The weight of the load equal to L vertically downwards, and the normal reaction R of the plane on the load normal to the plane upwards, and the effort E along the plane upwards. So they can ask you, what are the three forces acting on an inclined plane? Some images from internet which shows some inclined planes, how the work is done using inclined plane. You can see this person is rolling it, and you can see this person is pushing it, and you can see this person is rolling it. So a few examples of inclined plane. Gears. In many cases, we need to transfer the rotary motion from one point to another. For example, in a floor mill, the rotatory motion is transferred from one point to another point by use of two wheels which are connected by V-belt. Whereas in a bicycle, a toothed pedal wheel is connected to the rear wheel by a chain to transfer the rotation motion. But this way of transfer of rotary motion is not very precise to be useful in vehicles and watches, because the belt often slips over the wheel. A major part of the energy is lost in overcoming friction between the wheel and the belt. A gear system is a precise device to transfer the rotary motion from one point to the other. So what is a gear? A gear is a wheel with the teeth around its rim. The gear wheel closer to the source of a power is called the driver gear, while the gear wheel which receives motion from the driver is called the driven gear. We'll try to understand the gear ratio. The ratio of number of teeth in the driving wheel to the number of teeth in the driven wheel is the gear ratio. And the uses of gear. A gear system is used for gain in speed, for gain in torque, to change the direction of rotation. Application of gear system in watches. In a clock, a gear system is used with three gears, A, B and C, for a second arm, minute arm and hour arm. The gear wheel A attached to the second arm is rotated by the motion of pendulum. The second arm of the gear attached to the shaft measures the time in seconds, so it takes one complete rotation in 60 seconds. If it has 120 teeth, the time period of the pendulum rotating it is kept 0.5 seconds. This wheel is connected to the other wheel B with gear ratio NA by NB, which is equal to 1 by 60, and the minute arm is attached to the shaft of the second wheel B so that it moves one tooth corresponding to one rotation of the wheel A of the second arm. Now the wheel B of the minute arm is connected to another wheel C with the gear ratio NB is to NC, which is equal to 1 is to 12, and the hour arm is attached to the shaft of the wheel C so that for one complete rotation of the wheel of the minute arm, the wheel C of the hour arm moves by one tooth. To keep the rotation of three wheels to keep the rotation of these three wheels in same direction, that is clockwise, the first wheel A of the second arm and the second wheel B of the minute arm have additional wheels A and B that is A dash and B dash, which has the ratio 1:1. This system of gear with more than 2 gears or 2 wheels is called gear train. They can ask you what is a gear train. So you can say this as a gear train. Pulley. A string is passed around the groove at the rim. The disc rotates about an axle passing through its center. The axle is fixed rigidly to a frame by means of nails. Generally, a single pulley or a combination of 2 or more pulleys fixed in frame is called a block, while a string that winds around that pulley in different blocks is known as tackle. A single pulley can be used in 2 ways. A fixed pulley by keeping its axis of rotation fixed, as a movable pulley without keeping its axis of rotation fixed. What is a pulley now? A pulley is a small wheel with a grooved rim and with or without the block in which it runs, used singly with a rope or chain to change the direction and point of application of a pulling force, and in various combinations to increase the applied force, especially for lifting weights. The next question is, so what are the types of pulley we have? That is fixed and movable. So what is fixed? Which has its axis of rotation fixed in position. What is movable? Whose axis of rotation is not fixed in position. Now we have differences between single fixed pulley and single movable pulley. So what happens? In a fixed pulley, it is affixed to a rigid support, whereas movable pulley, it is not fixed to a rigid support. So fixed pulley's ideal mechanical advantage is 1. Movable pulley's ideal mechanical advantage is 2. Fixed pulley's velocity ratio is 1. Movable pulley's velocity ratio is 2. So fixed pulley is used to change the direction of effort, and the movable pulley is used as a force multiplier. Fixed pulley load moves in direction of opposite to the effort, whereas in movable pulley load moves in the direction of effort. In single fixed pulley, the weight of pulley itself does not affect its mechanical advantage, whereas in single movable pulley, the weight of the pulley itself reduces its mechanical advantage. Single fixed pulley is used to change the direction of effort from upward to downward, whereas single movable pulley is used for a force multiplier. So we can use a combination of pulleys also, like using one fixed pulley and other movable pulleys, using several fixed pulleys in 2 blocks. Now we have done the comparison and we have the combination of pulleys. As I told you, combination of pulleys is nothing but when a heavy load is to be lifted or shifted from one place to another, we require a pulley system of mechanical advantage much more than 2. So a single movable pulley is not enough. A combination of several pulleys is used. The combination can be made in 2 ways: using one fixed pulley and several movable pulleys, using several fixed pulleys in 2 blocks, and known as block and tackle. Block and tackle. In a block and tackle system, the effort gets multiplied n times, where n is the total number of pulleys in the system. It therefore acts as a force multiplier. For greater efficiency, the pulleys in the lower block should be as light as possible, and the friction in bearing of pulley should be minimized by using lubricants.